Oh my god, the Steam summer sale's here. Mom, I need your credit card it's for my prestigious education. Here we see little Toby going for tricks so well known, I'm surprised nobody has sued him into 3 generations of life-crippling debt. Introducing the world of PC gaming, where everything is cheaper than console except for the actual PCs themselves. What? A PC that rivals the latest Xbox is 3 times the goddamn price? Introducing the world of budget PC gaming, where we can only afford to play indie titles because we don't want to buy AAAs on console, or the consoles themselves because the games can be run better on higher end PCs. Keyword: higher end. But today, we're addressing a different problem: finishing a game you already own, or in its worst form, the backlog crisis. A backlog crisis is a bunch of piled up commitments, or in our case, games, that have yet to be completed. A backlog begins when we make impulse purchases we ultimately never play or burn ourselves out of. I'll use myself for example. My biggest and most invested title is Witcher 3. Well, despite having 80 hours in, I am nowhere near finished. CD Projekt Red has outdone themselves in that regard. I've got 7 other titles too, which includes Dishonored 2 and the rest of the Fire Emblem Fates series. Man, I've got work to do. Why conquering the backlog is actually a good idea? Well, first off, it's pretty economic. Games are much easier to get a hold of nowadays, but also just as easy to toss. Free-to-play games are much more prevalent, but there is no obligation to play since you've invested nothing in it but time. However, purchased games cost money. Money you could be using for things you need or really want instead. If you're spending time playing an older game, then you're not spending money on new games. It's saving you cash. Discipline. Finishing titles gives you a sense of completion and disciplines you to keep you focused on one thing: the game you're playing. Telling yourself, let's finish this game before we move on to the next, in my opinion, allows you to fully commit to the game's story. We are playing it to enjoy after all. Returning to the backlog. The biggest and probably only challenge is just convincing yourself to play again. One title I neglected but still actively enjoy is Splatoon 2, which I featured gameplay of in my previous video. But how do we get back in? How do we begin where we left off? I don't have the answer for that, but I can tell you how I got back in. Back in February 2018, Smash Bros. Was teased for Switch, but so was the Splatoon 2 DLC, known as the Octo expansion, for fans of a single-player game mode and its puzzle-like challenges, with neat bonuses for the multiplayer mode, usually only cosmetic though. It was later leaked for an end of July release, but at Nintendo's E3 conference on June 12th, they announced it would release the following day, which was a surprising move. I didn't have enough to spare for the DLC at the time, as I ordered a graphics tablet for my thumbnail hobby. Fortunately enough, RT Game hit me up with a couple of commissions. After I picked up the DLC, I slowly played it every day or two. Eventually, this weekend actually, I ended up booting up the game during the monthly event. These monthly events revolve around a non-controversial opinion of either A or B, and your choice divides you into the respective team, and you go kick ass on that day to earn points for your team. The topic was pulp or no pulp in your orange juice, and my favorite drink just happened to be orange juice. I had to play. Soon enough, the commitment had me play multiplayer for the majority of my Saturday. Obviously, me getting back into the game was merely convenience of playing the expansion, but how will I conquer titles like Witcher 3? My solution is to record it, so I actually have footage for my videos. Hey Tobiased, why didn't you use footage from your actual backlog instead of Splatoon 2? Oh, that's very easy. That's because this is Tobias and I'll catch you guys later. Wait, what? That's not an answer.